So the Somali Pirates in Minnesota have now stolen an estimated 9 billion, billion with a B, in tax payers' money and climbing. Okay, as the fraud is being more and more exposed, the number is climbing. So let's talk about that. How this isn't the lead story on every news channel is beyond me. Okay, it went from 1 billion to 8 billion to 9 billion and climbing. The latest reporting is showing that number will increase. Okay, as the extensiveness of the fraud is uncovered. Okay, now come to find out, the program that started the $9 billion fraud scheme so far was introduced by none other than the Somali Muslim pirate in Congress by the un-American name of Ilhan Omar Jr., whatever, something like that. You know, the Muslim Somali pirate that every time she gets a chance to say anything it's all about hate America, hate Trump, hate white people. You know, while she's an American congresswoman, that's all I ever heard her have anything to say was just how bad America is and how racist white people are and blah, 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 right? And so come to find out that she's the one that started the legislation that got the bill passed for the program back during the COVID era, to set up this program to feed kids, right? And they used that program to steal and launder up to $9 billion, okay? And she still has her job. It's amazing. I think the part that just really gets me is that there hasn't really been any high-level resignations, no high-level indictments. You're not going to have a $9+ billion welfare scheme without having top-down management. It's impossible. This is not low-level street stuff, okay? And so what's so irritating about it, I feel like if anybody should have been the first to be indicted on a high level or submit a resignation, should have also been that Muslim, that black Muslim who's in Congress, as well as Ilhan Omar, right? The Somali pirate. He was the state attorney during that time. And when the alarm bells were beginning to ring about the fraud that was going on, right? He called himself looking into it, and it never went anywhere. So he is 100% complicit, right? So how is he still a sitting member of Congress? Okay, another Muslim at that, right? And he was the state attorney in Minnesota during that time, who was tasked to investigate the fraud, right? So what I'm saying, and then we know Tampon Timmy up there, the governor of Minnesota, it is no way, folks, that these people weren't aware of what was going on. There's no way. You're not gonna have a $9+ billion Somali pirate welfare scheme without these people having any idea what was going on. They were absolutely getting cutbacks. They were getting funding for their campaign, elections, and so on, right? And so, I mean, it doesn't get any more corrupt than that. But yet, all we see most of the main media and the Democrats talking about is every time Trump takes out one of these drug boats. That's what they want us to be focused on. Every time Trump takes out a drug boat, trying to bring drugs over here into this country, they don't want you to think about or focus on the $9 billion plus welfare scheme these Somali pirates and Ilhan Omar and that now sitting congressman who was a state attorney at the time and Tim Walz up there in Minnesota that absolutely had to be involved in. There is no way. The only people we see who got indicted in this whole thing are low to mid-level people, okay? One of the guys who was a Somali, I think he was an illegal Somali at that, and had a restaurant, and they showed plenty of pictures of him and Tampon Timmy and Ilhan, you know, they're all in cahoots, folks. I mean, we had to know this is how organized crime go. This is a RICO case if I've ever seen one. It's racketeering. I mean, come on, man. And then for me, what really just irritates me the most about it, if I go into a gas station and steal a pack of bubble gum, oh man, they gonna blast me all on the news as just being this lifetime criminal and be ready to give me 20 years over a pack of bubble gum. These people stole billions, okay? We talking billions. This isn't just $1 million thing. We talking billions. And I believe they just not scratching the surface, right? And so they've already uncovered how these people were sending the money over to Somalia. Most of that money was going to some terrorist network over there. And I bet a lot of it was being funneled and laundered back to the U.S., okay? We know the old time thing, follow the money, right? But I know these people got so many safeguards. They got so many fall guys in between them, right? But everything points back to Ilhan Omar. She's the one that brought this program and got it approved for funding. And then it was a top-down welfare scheme orchestrated from the top, right? And how that Muslim pirate that's sitting, congresswoman that's in our Congress, who hasn't shown no loyalty to the United States whatsoever. All her rhetoric is just be hate, and racist. That's it. Somebody proved me wrong, right? And now everything's pointing back to her. And when they asked her about it, you think she gonna give a straight answer? Man, come on, man. Oh, this got me so mad just thinking about it. But you know what? At the end of the day, you know what's gonna happen? Nothing. Nothing is going to happen, right? And it's like even with that Somali pirate Ilhan Omar, you know they got evidence. Ben had evidence that she lied on her immigration documents, right? And that she married her brother and all that. This is a known fact, and they still haven't pursued it. There's no way this woman should be sitting on Congress today at all, right? At the least, she should be kicked out of Congress. You know, at the best, what we would all love to see is her packed her bags and sent on the first thing smoking and kicked out the back of an airplane, right? And sent back to Somalia. That would be a glorious day for this country. But, you know, we're not going to see that happen. Nothing ever comes of these things. These people steady get away with these things. And it's just wrong on so many levels. Because like I said, I mean, people like me, just regular Joe Smalls like me, man, they'll hold our feet to the fire for the smallest of things, while we sit back and watch all these politicians just get away with crime after crime after crime, man. And it's just corruption from top down. But I guess the best that we can hope for is that this program was exposed, so that's money spout is being shut off, right? So there's the good in that. So anyway, I'll leave it there. I get heated thinking about these things, but so thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit me with a subscribe, a like, and a comment. I welcome it all. Until next time, everybody have a Merry Christmas.